G'day didgeridoo, smart person. My name's Dylan. I'm a physicist from the land down under, and crikey do I have some news for you. So it seems I am not the only one who's been enjoying the comment sections of these videos so far. Check out my mate's thoughts just here. Yeah, we're bros now. Nah, but in all seriousness, I just about fell off my kangaroo when I found out. When Justin Roiland's enjoying your comment section, you know you're doing something right. Although, I'm not sure if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Whatever, we're gonna roll with it. So, hit me with your best shot down in the comments. Justin Roiland might even see them. I didn't believe it either at first, but 100% confirmed beyond any reasonable doubt. Justin Roiland is part of the Physics Club. So, get on board, join the Physics Club, subscribe. And J-Bomb, if you're watching, if you ever need any physics consulting, I've got you covered. Or if you ever need a high-powered laser death ray, I can do that too. Grab a coffee, grab a Vegemite sandwich, look, grab whatever you want, and let's talk some physics. So today we're going to be watching and reacting to another episode of Rick and Morty, of course. What else? So today we're watching episode 4, and it's called M. Night Shyamalan Aliens. And that's obviously a reference to the director, M. Night Shyamalan. Who's done films like The Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, Signs. So he's done a lot of great films. But anyway, let's get into it.
Student, I want you to be the teacher today. Teach us, Morty!
Interesting.
What do you want me to teach you?
Ooh, how do you make concentrated dark matter?
Oh, that's a good question.
Concentrated, huh?
Concentrated
Wow.
dark...
No one actually currently knows what dark matter is, so there's not going to be a good answer to this one. But dark matter is it's a really interesting thing. So let me just briefly explain some stuff about it if you didn't know. It's meant to make up about 85% of the universe, this dark matter, right? And we currently can't see it. It's just inferred. We can infer that it exists. We see its influence via gravity. It has a gravitational influence, especially in galaxies. A cool piece of evidence for the existence of this dark matter is actually the orbital velocity of the outer rims of spiral galaxies. So on the edges of spiral galaxies, the orbital velocity should slow down. So at the center, it's very quick, and further out, it should be much slower because there's less gravitational influence, right? Just like with our solar system, the outer planets are actually orbiting much slower than the inner planets. But that's not what we find. It's actually pretty constant. So that would only work if there was a lot of mass, a lot of matter sitting out there, which we currently don't see. So we infer the existence of some kind of matter out there, and that's why we call it dark. It doesn't interact with the electromagnetic field. We can't see it with our eyes, right? Or with any of our machines. That's where the idea of a dark matter halo comes from. So we think in most galaxies, you'll find this rim, this halo of dark matter surrounding the galaxy. We have actually found galaxies where we think there is no dark matter. But yeah, it's a very interesting thing. We have no idea what this dark matter stuff is. We can only infer its existence by looking at stars and the motions of things. We can see that there should be more matter there. So this dark matter stuff might not even be real. We just might have everything wrong, and this dark matter stuff might not even exist. But it probably does. There's been many times in the past where we've inferred the existence of a particle and it turns out to be true. Just like antimatter, neutrinos, there's countless examples of this where we looked at the math or just scientific evidence and inferred the existence of particles, and later on we found them.
The fuel for accelerated space travel. Now, do you know how to make it?
Come on, Morty. Isn't your grandpa, like, a scientist?
Oh, yeah, but, you know, he told me that I shouldn't go around spouting off about, you know, his science and stuff.
I bet you've seen him make concentrated dark...
Take a break time. You can do this.
How did this happen? Where's the abductions department?
Hey man, abductions just follows
These
the
simulators are pretty cool. So how long do you think it'll be until we're roaming around in our virtual reality, you know, super simulation? Let me know down in the comments. 10 years, 50 years, who knows?
order.
Don't put this on acquisitions! We only acquire humans that haven't been simulated!
Well, simulations doesn't simulate anybody that's been abducted, so...
Oh, I see. Oh, it was no one's fault. Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. Well then, problem solved. Oh wait, no, there's still another human in here. Who is he?
Rick's son-in-law, Jerry Smith. So far, he hasn't noticed he's in a simulation.
Well, cap his sector at 5% processing, keep his settings on auto, and we'll deal with him later. Rick Sanchez is the target.
Gotta relax. It's just a pitch. Gotta relax.
This is Earth Radio. And now here's human music.
Human music. I like it.
That's fantastic.
Spitzer, Morty! She's an idiot! Alright, there. What about that, Morty? Okay, you got me on that one. Oh, really, Morty? Are you sure you haven't seen that somewhere in real life before? No, I haven't seen that. I mean, why would a Pop-Tart want to live inside a toaster, Rick? I mean, that would be like the scariest place for them to live. You know what I mean? You're missing the point, Morty. Why would he drive a smaller toaster with wheels? I mean, does your car look like a smaller version of your house? No. So, why are they doing this? Well, what do they want? Well, that would be obvious to you, Morty, if you'd been paying attention.
We got the President of the United States in here. We need 10 cc's of concentrated dark matter stat or you'll die.
Concentrated dark matter? They were asking about that in class. Yeah, it's a special fuel I invented to travel through space faster than anybody else. These Nigerians are always trying to scam me out of my secrets, but they made a big mistake this time, Morty. They dragged you into this. Now they're gonna pay. Wait, what are we gonna do? We're gonna scam the scammers, Morty, and we're gonna take them for everything they've got.
You're welcome.
Hey, I just sold my first pitch. Slow down.
Looking good.
My man.
Hello.
Guess who just sold the Apples campaign?
Who just sold the Apples campaign?
Me! I guess it wasn't a ripoff of Got Milk after all. Guess someone was wrong.
They have a tendency to make me really nervous. Morty, relax. It's just a bunch of ones and zeros out there. You're gonna be fine. Just follow my lead. Yo, DJ, drop
You
that
ever thought
beat.
about the simulation theory? What do you guys think? Are we living in a simulation? Let me know down in the comments. I think it is very possible that we are. I like that theory. So, yeah, maybe if they mention it again, we can talk about it a bit more.
Uh-oh, Morty! This crowd looks too small for one of our famous rap concerts. I don't think we can perform our new song, The Recipe for Concentrated Dark Matter, for a crowd this tiny. You got that right, Rick! Now that's more like it.
Well, what's this? Well, what could this possibly be? Because it looks like you're inside a simulation. Inside a simulation. You're still on the ship. Game day, bucket, go, boom.
Sir, the, doc...
Could you really turn gravity off? Possibly. If we knew how it worked.
Man up, Jerry. I may need you to work the lasers.
I like lasers. You know, laser is an acronym. Laser light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. Gaussian beams is very cool.
Hot on our tail, Rick! I guess they really do have concentrated dark matter. But you know how to make it too, right, Rick? Yeah. Check the engine room. We just need cesium, plutonic quarks, and bottled water.
Cesium is an element. Cesium-133 is actually used to measure time. So, did you know 1 second? Like, where do we get 1 second from? What is the measurement? What is it 1 second based on? Well, it's actually has something to do with this cesium-133 atom. It's 9 billion periods of radiation that's flickering between these hyperfine energy levels of cesium-133. Yes, 9 billion. That's what 1 second is. It's very accurate. It's always the same. So, yeah, now you didn't know that. It's important here to realize that we're not really intending to define time. We're just trying to establish the mechanisms by which we measure its flow. So what I'm trying to say is that time isn't created by us. It's this inherent thing in the universe. So I know a lot of people out there think that we've invented time. And I think it's pretty clear that that's not the case. A lot of people out there might argue that our brain is just hallucinating time and our reality. And yes, whilst it is, we have, 7 billion other people who are also hallucinating this time and this reality. And that's what science is, right? It's a collective ambition, and we all perform experiments and we verify each other's experiments. And it's been done to death, right? And so you can sort of safely guess that if everybody is experiencing, the same experiences of time, well then it probably is happening in objective reality. And whilst yes, you can never really be 100% sure, it's not all just in your head and you're hallucinating this whole thing and you're in this simulation and it's all about you, well, you got to put your apple somewhere, don't you? And I'm sure most of you have already heard of what a quark is. It's a fundamental particle. So it's what we think protons and neutrons are made up of. We've never actually observed them. They're extremely small. And they might not even be the most fundamental thing. They could be also made up of smaller things, but that's currently where we're at. All right, that was quite a tangent. Let's get back to the episode.
Oh, it's all here, Rick! Wow, Morty, lucky break. Grab that bucket. Okay, 2 parts plutonic quarks, 1 part cesium. Okay, All right, now empty the water bottle into the bucket and pour it all into the fuel tank so we can get the hell out of here. What are you doing, Morty? There's no time! Oh, no. What the? No!
Oh my God, Rick. How dumb are you?
It's not going to be the recipe,
You're
is it?
inside a simulation of a simulation inside another giant simulation. We never had the recipe for concentrated dark matter. But we do now! We do now, sucker!
You simulated my grandson's genitalia? You bunch of diabolical sons of bitches!
Kevin fought real hard to supervise that project.
You said you weren't gonna tell anyone! I'm never gonna live this down. All right, great, wonderful. You win. Can we go home now?
I don't know. Can you?
Ha! Nice. Okay. Show this gullible turd to a shuttle. I'm done with him. Oh, wait. Let me get a picture. Oh, look at his face. He's trying to figure out if he's in a simulation still. Are you, Rick? Are you? You're not. Or are you?
Hey, Jerry, don't worry about it. So what if the most meaningful day of your life was a simulation operating at minimum capacity?
You know what, Rick? Those guys took you for a ride, too. You should try having a little respect for the dummies of the universe, now that you're one of us.
Maybe you're right, Jerry. Maybe you're right.
All right, everybody. 2 parts plutonic quartz, 1 part cesium. And listen, I'm sorry for yelling earlier. I couldn't ask for a better staff. I love you guys, and I love all your families. And the final ingredient?
Wow! What the hell? What happened back there?
Why don't you ask the smartest people in the universe, Jerry? Oh yeah, you can't. They blew up. Granite!